Golden S and Orochi. Those are the two monsters we are going to be talking about in this video. And I actually saw a lot of you in the comments of my Golden S Explained video talking about who would win between Orochi and, Golden S. And there were actually a lot of different answers to this question. Some of you said Orochi, some of you said Golden S. So I decided this is a pretty interesting topic. So I decided why not, make a video on it. And yeah, I guess we're doing that in this video. But of course, before we get into all that good stuff, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe with notification bells turned on, because I post a lot of One Punch Man content, but I also post other content on other series like Chainsaw Man and Record of Ragnarok. And I've actually posted a Record of Ragnarok video earlier today. I'm pretty sure a few hours before this video drops. And yeah, if you read Record of Ragnarok or have watched the anime, then I suggest you read the manga and check out my video on chapter 50 and what I think will happen in chapter 50 of Record of Ragnarok. But I actually wanted to quickly thank you guys for 600 subscribers, because I actually just found out like yesterday that we hit 600 subscribers, because I'm not someone that checks my analytics every day, so I may miss when we hit like a milestone. But I mean, thank you guys for 600 subscribers. I mean, as I said, we should be able to hit 1k at least by the end of the year, and I'm even aiming for 2k. So yeah, hopefully we can get to 2k by the end of the year. But yeah, thank you guys for 600 subscribers, and we move, I guess. But anyway, let's just get into this damn video. But just like every other versus battle, we're going to be talking about the feats of each of these monsters and the abilities of each of these monsters. And we're going to be starting off with Orochi. Now, according to the One Punch Man wiki, Orochi is the leader of the Monster Association, as we all know, and his power far exceeds that of the average dragon level monsters. Goketsu claim that Orochi is the strongest monster on Earth, and I'm pretty sure we know that's kind of false, because, Boros, Psychos Orochi, Garo at the moment, and some may even argue Golden S. Even Metal Knight showed signs of fear when describing Orochi to Child Emperor. After seeing the damage done to the Metal Knight drone, Child Emperor admitted he did not want to fight whoever caused it either. Psychos called Orochi the ultimate being, quote unquote, and a success of her many attempts to break the limits of growth. She is unable to gauge Orochi's power, calling him a true monster. Even after being blown to pieces by Saitama, he is still able to somehow coordinate the actions of all of his newly regenerated monster heads. Now, this alone just goes to show how strong Orochi is, and it's pretty much confirmed in this, I guess, brief summary of Orochi's abilities and powers, that Orochi is like pretty much officially an above dragon. Personally, I would say he's like on the lower end of above dragon, but he is still technically above dragon. Now, let's go into some of, Orochi's supernatural abilities. Now, one of, Orochi's biggest moves, or one of his most, I guess, prominent moves he uses the most, is metamorphosis. Orochi's main and most terrifying ability is to change the shape of his body at will. He can shift to and form his humanoid and more monstrous appearances, revealing his released form, while unraveling his bipedal appearance into a nest of monstrous dragon-like protrusions all along his body. There are nested mouths in the place of his face and head, while his limbs transformed into dragon-headed coils with their own appendages and extremities. When he wants to fight with his full capabilities, Orochi shifts from his released form to a humanoid final form more suited for battle. After his body is nearly destroyed by Saitama, he is still able to manipulate and transform bits of his flesh around the headquarters, which, to be honest, is pretty impressive, because he technically did survive in his fight against Saitama, but he did a lot worse than his predecessor, which was Boros. Should I really say predecessor, or just, it was pretty much the monster that came before him? And I'm pretty sure we were all expecting Orochi to be way stronger than Boros, but he was way weaker than Boros. Now, Orochi's next ability is elasticity. Orochi is able to stretch and deform his physical shape like taffy weather in his concealed or natural forms. He can stretch his arms a good distance away and snap it back like a rubber band afterwards. Orochi also has shapeshifting, which is pretty impressive, because being able to shapeshift in the midst of battle is very useful and very versatile. And he also has horn manipulation, and it says Orochi can extend his horns over long distances that are incredibly heavy, yet able to change and alternate their trajectory very quickly. And this in itself is very, very, very impressive, because if his horns are very heavy, meaning they do a lot of damage, it's kind of like having something that's really heavy but really light. Heavy in the sense that it hits hard, but light in the sense that it doesn't weigh that much, basically. Now, let's go into more of, I guess, Orochi's projectile abilities. Now, Orochi can manipulate fire. Now, Orochi can breathe fire from his mouth and form all of the dragons over his body. The intensity of his flames prompted Gura to protect himself, well, herself, because it's Psychos. And the flames are ejected from his dragon's mouth so quickly that they appear like beams of glowing energy. The fire is powerful enough to melt and explode the stone environment surrounding him. When he transformed during his fight with Saitama, his dragons also changed shape and became completely enveloped in flames. Now, Orochi also has electricity manipulation. In his final form, Orochi can also generate electricity, allowing him to fire a massive blast of lightning that spreads across the headquarters of the Monster Association. He also has energy projection. During his fight with Saitama, he is revealed to have the ability to project last blasts of energy. His dragons also shoot beams of energy. He is also capable of using his dragons to unify the energy blasts into a single energy beam. His energy blasts are strong enough to shake the entire area, destroying many buildings and raising the terrain several hundred of meters into the air, while creating a massive tunnel. His energy beams are also strong enough to slightly penetrate through Tatsumaki's defenses. Orochi also has absorption, regeneration, and fusion, which are all, of course, very impressive things to have in a fight. Well, not really fusion, because in that fusion form he was technically Psychos Orochi, so it's not, his individual power. But moving on, let's talk about his physical abilities. Now, we all know Orochi has incredible strength, speed, reflexes, and overall he's just a powerhouse. And we all know he's also, very adaptable, like Garo. He's able to copy the water stream rock smashing fist, which was also quite a surprise to me, but is also very impressive. Now, we've pretty much established all of Orochi's abilities, and his feats are pretty much him facing against Garo and defeating Garo. Well, this was before Garo faced against Darkshine, so Garo was about like a mid dragon, maybe high dragon, so he's definitely not as strong as he is right now currently in the manga, but he was still pretty strong and Orochi was able to defeat him. But let's move on to Golden S. Now, Golden S was actually recently revealed in the manga, and Golden S has shown some impressive feats so far. He was able to completely pretty much blitz Vomited Fury Ugly, who is pretty much confirmed to be a high dragon since he was able to defeat Darkshine with so much ease. So that pretty much puts Golden S around an above dragon. Well, I would say a low above dragon, just like Orochi. Now, let's talk about Golden S's fighting style. Now, Golden S hasn't shown too many feats in the manga so far, but I'm pretty sure in the next few chapters we're going to see a lot more from him. But I feel like his main fighting style is just hand-to-hand combat. Now, Golden Sperm in terms of physical abilities has augmented strength, speed and reflexes, and he also has acid resistance due to having, anti-corrosive properties of gold. Now, in terms of his speed and reflexes, Golden Sperm is so fast that he was able to easily punch Fury Ugly faster than the monster could react. And I mean, Vomited Fury Ugly's reflexes are pretty good since he was able to react to, Darkshine punching him and, being able to counter that punch. Now, Golden S also has augmented strength, and we all saw what he did to flipping Vomited Fury Ugly. He was able to just blitz him completely and knock him down, and I'm pretty sure Vomited Fury Ugly is going to die in the next chapter. But to be honest, that's pretty much it for Golden Sperm's abilities. Now, the next ability is kind of a spoiler that is kind of revealed in the in the webcomic, so if you don't want to get spoiled, then skip like 20 seconds ahead. Now, Golden S also has psychic resistance. He's able to resist psychic abilities, meaning Tatsumaki and Fubuki might not be able to deal with, Golden S as easily as they think. But let me get to the final verdict of the video. Who do I think is stronger between these two? Now, off feats alone, they are pretty much similar, to be honest. But when I really look at it, and the webcomic, I've read the webcomic, so I know what Golden S can do. I feel like Golden S could actually win this match. Now, hear me out. Not only is this, a pretty fair fight, but Murata also said in an interview that he doesn't even know who to win between Golden S and Orochi. He only said Orochi has more techniques, and just because Orochi has more techniques doesn't mean he's stronger. Personally, I would say Golden S would take this fight, and I feel like it would be a very high difficulty fight for Golden S. I mean, like, when I mean high difficulty, I mean Golden S has severe injuries and is pretty much on the brink of death, but is able to just about beat Orochi. Now, why do I think this? It could be recency bias, but from what I've read in the webcomic, Golden S does have very impressive feats. And I mean, Orochi, it's kind of unfortunate for Orochi because he had to face Saitama as like his second battle. At the very least, we got to see him defeat Garo when he was like a high dragon. But I feel like Golden S just has more feats, and overall I feel like he would be the victor in this fight, although it would be a very high difficulty match for Golden S to beat Orochi. But apart from that, that's pretty much it for this video, and I hope you guys agree with me, but I would love to know your thoughts down in the comments on who you think would win in this fight. And I have actually seen some of your verdicts in my last video, as I said, and there are some interesting answers, but I would like to know you guys' thoughts. But yeah, if you liked the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe with notification bells turned on and set to all. And apart from that, I will see you in my next video.